And joining us now is David Miliband, International Rescue Committee President and CEO. David, thanks for your time. We're seeing and hearing these horrific accounts, just heartbreaking images, too, out of Gaza right now. What is your group hearing about the conditions on the ground in Gaza?
Thanks, Anna. I think Matt Bradley has done a very good job in describing the situation. We have about 40 International Rescue Committee staff, local staff on the ground in Gaza. We also have a dozen or so partner organizations. They're focused on healthcare, on malnutrition, on protection of children. And the situation is beyond dire. It's a catastrophic situation. The International Phase Classification System, which is a famine watchdog that assesses famine around the world, says that 500,000 people are at risk of famine, and the whole population, 2 million, are suffering from high levels of food insecurity. We ourselves have 27 pallets of medical equipment and some nutritional supplements that simply aren't being allowed in. And this deadly weekend, the International Committee on the Red Cross said 30 people have died, 20 to 30 people have died and 170 are injured just this weekend. Shows you that this Gaza Humanitarian Forum is not working and is dangerous. It's not the answer when there are much more straightforward ways of getting aid into Gaza.
So you talk about the aid you want to provide, that your group is ready to move in, and yet it's being blocked. Why? What reason are you given for not allowing that basic food and other necessities to come through?
Well, it's the situation that's been lasting since the last 13 weeks, that there's been a blockade of the Gaza Strip, massive restrictions on what's allowed in. You may remember that before the October the 7th horror, there were about 500 to 600 trucks of aid going in a day. Over the last 13 weeks, it's been effectively down to zero. Over the last week, there have been between 10 and 90 trucks a day. So you've got a massive squeeze that's being imposed on the people of the Gaza Strip. We're a humanitarian organization, not a political organization. And what I can report is that civilians are suffering in a dire, dire way. And the absolute necessity is twofold. First of all, to release this blockade on the flow of aid and of commercial traffic, because of course one of the problems with restrictions on aid is if it makes it more valuable, it makes it more valuable to loot. The best way to overcome the looting is to get a flood of aid going in. But the second thing, which is absolutely critical, is that the ceasefire talks are restarted with much more endeavor and much more progress, because there was progress in the 6 weeks before this blockade was imposed. And the reason is there was a ceasefire that allowed humanitarian organizations to do their work.
A spokesman for the UN humanitarian arm called Gaza the hungriest place on earth, and said that 100% of the population of Gaza is at risk of famine. You say there needs to be a flood of aid coming in. Is there any pressure that the Israeli government's under to make an adjustment at this point? Because there's been this need for months and months now.
Well, obviously, there's a massive responsibility on the Trump administration here. We've seen the power of the administration. I'm just back from Syria. The Trump administration made a bold decision there. It ended all sanctions on Syria. There's a new government there that overthrew the Assad regime. Boldness has built dividends there. There's hope and possibility in Syria. My goodness, they've got their challenges, but the Trump administration does have it within its power to make a difference. Ehud Olmert, the former prime minister of Israel, said over the weekend that it was only the Trump administration that could have sway within Israeli politics. Obviously, that's not our concern. Our concern in the end is not how it gets done, but that it gets done. And we know that there's desperate need. You're flashing up some pictures of me in Syria. We know that the Trump administration has the power when it chooses to use it.